I'm Kristina Amelong from the Optimal Health Center, Optimal Health Network, and I'm here today to talk about being tired all the time.
And I'm Vanessa Teff, and I work with Standard Process and MetaErm, and I work closely with Kristina and Dee Dee at the Optimal Health Network. You see a lot of people coming in tired to the clinic.
Yes.
Why do you think that is? Why are people so tired these days?
People are straining their stress handling mechanisms from dietary choices and lifestyle stresses from not getting enough sleep, and that puts a drain and a demand on the body that makes it so it is self-perpetuating. So even maybe when the person gets enough sleep or they don't have so much stress, they still feel tired, or they still feel like they can't handle near as much as they want to or need to.
That's a good point. So you're basically saying that they're not nourishing and replenishing the stress handling response. They're kind of just covering it up, almost.
Correct.
Covering up their tiredness by getting a little bit more sleep, but they're not doing anything to nourish.
Right, correct.
Really.
So Vanessa, why do you think people are so tired these days?
I think a lot of it plays into and correlates to the book, Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers. Have you heard of this book?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll tell you a little bit about it. In the wild, you'll find the lions and the zebras all acting, especially at the water hole, except when the lion's hungry. He'll go after, the zebras will run, their cortisol will increase, the epinephrine, they'll get into the fight or fight response. And so, of course, obviously, as the lions are hunting, the zebras are going to run away. They're going to be under high stress, the blood pressure is going to rise. But after that lion gets the zebra, everyone goes back to the watering hole, and you can find them right next to one another. So I think that what's happening to us these days is we're in that fight or flight response, and we're not coming out of it. We're just always in that, and we just don't know how to relax. And so this is the thing. This is why zebras don't get ulcers, is because they have that stress response, and it kind of goes up, and then it goes back down. It levels out. But us, as we go up, and we just kind of stay there. And so we don't know how to react. We can't deal with stress properly. We can't sleep. We can't wake up. Everything's always interrelated. And so if we can kind of bring that back down and normalize it, we'll be able to deal with stresses and not be under that constant, tightened, high blood pressure, reactive mechanism or way. And so we'll kind of be normal and be able to handle our day-to-day life. The key things for the adrenals are licorice and Rehmannia. Licorice is known as a tropho-restorative. So what that does is it really helps nourish and rebuild the adrenal gland. It kind of regulates that cortisol level, because a lot of times when we wake up in the morning, our cortisol should be high, and people are just so run down that our cortisol is low. So it's hard to get up. So people are having a hard time waking up. So if you take a little licorice, a little Rehmannia together, it'll really help balance that endocrine system in your adrenals. Everything kind of starts with the adrenals. Digestion, endocrine, it's all correlated, it's all interconnected. So if you can balance those adrenals and really help nourish them and sustain them, the rest of your body will function properly.
What we do is we have people come in, they do the Adrenal Stress Index Test. So we measure that cortisol throughout a 24-hour period, and from there we determine exactly when they as an individual need to take those herbs, and how much, and also if they need pituitary support, hypothalamus support, and then we'll retest after, it depends on the severity of the case, somewhere between 6 weeks to 3 months.